You know, as a resident of Carver County, I am privileged to live in Minnesota's 2nd Congressional District, where we happen to have our member of Congress who himself is a proud veteran. And he's here to say good morning to us right now. So please give a warm Minnesota Republican welcome to Congressman John Kline.
Good morning. Please be seated. Try not to go to sleep. I'm just stunned that there are this many people here this morning. I'm going to start with a confession. It's always risky in any business, but particularly in this business, to start with a confession. But last night, Michelle Bachmann and Eric Paulson and I flew back from Washington on the same plane. And I went home, and Vicki wasn't there because she's a delegate. She was here, and I sat up waiting for her. And then, now we get to the confessions part, I went to bed. And so at some hour this morning, an hour with which all of you are familiar, somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, she came back. And so I know, and by the way, so this morning, she's not here yet. I shouldn't diss her like that, but she will be here. I just got up and went down and made the cup of tea and brought it to her, trying to recover. So I'm proud of you for all the work that you did last night and this morning and being here so early this morning. Some of you, if you're the sort of gray, white-haired types, can remember back, let's say, about 1980. We were in very bleak times in 1980. We had double-digit inflation, and we had double-digit interest, and we had high unemployment, and it was a bleak, bleak time. And there arrived on the scene a man who thought that America's best days were ahead of it, that we would see morning in America. And so Ronald Reagan stepped into the arena and brought us leadership. Leadership based on limited government, small government, letting Americans make their own decisions and keeping government out of their way. He used to say, government is not the solution to this problem, government is the problem. He set an example for us. He said America was the shining city on the hill, and he made it so. Well, we're in some hard times again. And we elected somebody to be our leader who said he was going to bring us hope and change. But what do we have? We've got higher taxes. We've got extraordinarily high unemployment. We've got regulations growing like weeds. We've got more government, bigger government, costlier government, government takeovers of entire industries. He is taking away hope and opportunity. But there's some good news. There's always good news. I want to tell you that the Republicans in Congress have never been more united, have never been more determined, have never been more bent on making sure that we stop this runaway train. And I'm so proud of my Republican colleagues. As many of you know, I've thought that the pork barrel spending that exploded out of control in Washington is wasteful and corrupting, and we needed to stop it. And my Republican colleagues stepped up with me and said, we're stopping it. We're going to stop the pork. The Republicans, Michelle Bachmann and Eric Paulson, and another 175 of my Republican colleagues are stepping up together. We're recognizing that we need to do, as Ronald Reagan said, we've got to preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth. Elections have consequences. We're seeing those consequences today. We saw what happened in 2008. Those elections had consequences. We are losing our freedom. We're losing our opportunity. Our children are bearing an unbearable mountain of debt. But this is not 2008. This is 2010. And my friends, this is our year. This is our moment. This is our time. So let's go get them.